crazy. Pimpmuckl was streaming it, but I'll take over. I can't do HD, I'm really sorry, but I'll do my best. But yeah, so Lifestealer is going to be the pickup for Slithereen Gaming. Is my stream even on? Just making sure it's on the fly. Yes, okay, I think it is working. Anyway, so Lifesteal is going to be the pickup as well as a Crystal Maiden. Visage being taken by Orange, so it looks like it's working. Anyway, oh god, you can hear myself, sorry. It looks like it is going to be, I mean, a lot of aggression coming out from both teams, in fact.
Dire team ban.
Slithereen now banning out the Outworld Devourer, so maybe they do want to secure that mid lane. Hello, I started streaming. Do you need me to turn it off? Hello? Okay, I think Speed's died. Sorry about this, guys.
5 seconds remaining.
Pimp's internet has just died. Alright, sorry about that. So, OD being banned out by Slithereen, so this implies they might want to take an intelligence hero to go in the mid lane. Maybe something like a Queen of Pain, a Puck, some kind of mid-game controller that gets shut down by the OD.
Team ban.
So, I mean, that does mean that Orange kind of have to consider what they're going to pick up to go in the mid lane themselves. I mean, we could maybe... we could maybe see Orange, of course, going for something strong in the mid lane themselves, but I kind of feel like they're more like the team that's going to take something like a Dragon Knight. Because they do seem to like to go for that aggression, they do seem to like to push down towers, and also a ban out of the Storm Spirit, so just banning out those mid heroes, it looks like Slithereen really do want to secure the mid game and that mid lane. Sand King as well as Nagasiren being banned out by Orange, so getting rid of the strong supports that have a mid game influence as well as a lot of AoE. So Nagasiren, she's got her ultimate, she can just kind of cast that ultimate in the middle of the team fight and create a whole bunch of havoc. And Sand King, of course, really great roamer, goes quite well with the Crystal Maiden.
10 seconds
as if you can get that Crystal Maiden to go on Crystal Nova, followed up by Stun, followed up by Frostbite, followed up by all of their ultimates, and that's going to be a dead hero. So it looks like Orange Esports also might be trying to secure that mid lane. The Storm Spirit has been banned out, so that does mean they can't pick up that slightly versatile hero with the Storm Spirit. No, they're going to give the Shadow Shaman, so potentially a support, but I feel like that's more likely going to be their mid hero. So like I was mentioning, it does seem like Orange Esports like to have a mid hero that has, you know, a lot of influence and can push towers down quickly, since it's probably going to be Yamata in the mid lane. Yamata is, you know, very good at playing those influential heroes that are going to make a difference. They kind of make or break the game.
Ten seconds remaining.
Slithereen responding with the pickup of a Clockwork, so a good hero to go against a Shadow Shaman, as he's got basically 3 stuns or disables that can stop that Shadow Shaman using his what's it called, shackles, as well as having the ability to basically just pick that Shadow Shaman off. When he doesn't have those wards up, Clockwork just sees Shadow Shaman as food, essentially. And I mean, like I was saying, Clockwork is a very, very strong offlaner hero. Since he basically can just sit in lane, get experience, he can get whatever farm he needs using that rocket, he can block the pool camp with the rocket if he feels like he needs to do that, and that means that they don't have to spend a ward up top lane, you know, blocking that pool camp. Not that they normally do that, but I mean on the off chance that they want to, so that does give the Clockwork a really strong ability to offlane. And are you back in the game?
Yes, I am. I'm sorry everyone, I was streaming and my router just decided to restart again, and now they told me it's fixed for now. I don't trust him, so Lily will take over the streaming, and I will just sit here and say something.
Say something, yay! Alright, well, you missed up pick up of Shadow Shaman and a Razor now. Oh, it's right, I fixed it, it was just an echo for a second. I had Co-caster voice on.
Oh, I'm sorry, alright.
No, it's my fault. Anyway, doesn't matter, it's all fixed.
Okay.
Yeah, so a Razor pickup, so do you think that's going to be I was just saying Shadow Shaman I thought was going to be in the mid lane, but maybe... I mean, maybe it could either be a tri-lane Razor, going with the Visage +1. They could aggressive tri-lane against a Lifestealer quite easily. Razor, of course, can static link through the Rage, so that does mean that they can really chase that Lifestealer down quite easily. And of course, if Lifestealer turns around and casts that open wound on the Razor to stop him, the Lifestealer is going to get slowed as well. So, I mean, the Razor is a hero that could potentially aggressive tri-lane against that Lifestealer, but they probably do want to pick up one more support that's got some stun, as well as a little bit of AoE to go with that Visage. I think something like Crystal Maiden would fit in quite well, but I mean, even an Earthshaker I think could fulfill the mark at that point. You got any thoughts?
I'm not too sure. I would really like to see a Shadow Shaman middle, because this is just pretty nice play. Back in the Heroes of New Year's days, Notel was famous for his Shadow Charm mid, and I would really like to see more mid because he's pretty sick. If you get some early levels on him, he can take down a tower in like one ultimate or two ultimates if the enemy mid leaves the lane. I mean, if you put something like a Dragon Knight mid, this won't happen as Dragon Knight just stays mid. But if you have something more active like a Queen of Pain or a Puck, yeah, the Shadow Shaman can open so much space because the middle tier one is so important for every team. So, yeah, I would like to see Slithereen picking up something which stays mid just to counter the Shadow Shaman.
Well, yeah, I was thinking about that, but what exactly can they get to go mid against that Shadow Shaman? I mean, something like a Queen of Pain is okay, Puck is also okay, but of course they have to watch out because, I mean, Orange could potentially pick up another roaming support and, you know, head mid and give that Shadow Shaman a lot of grief. Sorry, give that Shadow Shaman, whatever they pick mid with the Shadow Shaman a lot of grief, because of course Shadow Shaman has got that dual disable. So I mean, something like a Queen of Pain, if she gets out of position, she's just going to get, you know, shackled, stunned, hexed, nuked down. So, I mean, I don't really know what they could put mid. Like you were saying, I think a Dragon Knight could go quite well as he is quite durable and he gives them a little bit of pushing power. But I mean, with the Tide Hunter, they probably want some kind of AoE to combo with that. If they can get, you know, really big wombo combo, the Tide Hunter, you know, using that Ravage followed up by a huge Sonic Wave or something like that would be perfect. But they really have to consider what are they going to put mid against a Shadow Shaman that could potentially get ganked by whatever Orange's last pickup is. But I mean, thankfully Slithereen have got that last pick, so they can actually think, you know, what can we get that's not going to get countered so easily by a Shadow Shaman +1 combo if they decide to go roaming on Orange esports side.
Well, Invoker has been taken out from the pool, so we won't see this mid, which is kind of sad. I really like the new Invoker, like pretty much everywhere, and a book now. Wow, so this is gonna be Shadow Shaman support.
I don't like that. I really am not.
I'm not too sure. I mean, the Clockwork is gonna destroy him. The Titan and the CM with a big teamfight ultimate is gonna destroy him, and he has a stand channeling for his chains to work, so there are so many things which can interrupt it. I mean, the CM Frostbite, the Clockwork Battery Assault, Clockwork Ultimate, and of course the Titan Hunter Ravage. So maybe he has to play something like an EGM Shadow Shaman where he gets a lot of farm.
5 seconds remaining.
But I'm curious. And an Exorcism, wow, another unpopular pick in the current meta.
Well, I mean, that gives Slithereen Gaming a lot of aggression. They could really play that. You know, just ganking. I mean, Nyx Assassin, Crystal Maiden, Tide Hunter and Clockwork, 4 really aggressive gankers, and of course, Lifestealer, you can't discount him. He's quite able to, you know, get pickoffs and roam around the map quite effectively. So, I mean, they definitely should be able to get a lot of kills with this lineup, but at the same time, I mean, there's kind of a risk that, you know, while they're ganking, if they leave Pugner or Shadow Shaman alone, once those two heroes hit level 6, they can take a tower down by themselves. They don't need anyone else there. And so, you know, if there is a teamfight initiated by Slithereen Gaming, quite easily, you know, Orange could just use this as, I suppose, a little bit of a Rat Dota type lineup, where, you know, they initiate a fight on one lane and, you know, they kind of initiate and counter-initiate a little bit. They've got the mobility coming out from the Surge, they've got the kiting around ability with the Grave Chill coming out from the Visage, and the durability. I mean, Razor's probably going to go for a mech, maybe. I mean, we could see Darkseid picking up the mech, or we could see Razor going for the mech.
Prepare for battle.
Actually, what are they doing? Are they running Yamit? Huh? It looks like Pugner's going to be farming in the tri lane, and Yamit is going to be solo mid on the Razor. Well, this is not what I expected at all, but I mean, still, point still stands. I mean, Orange have got a fairly mobile lineup and a durable lineup as well, so they could potentially, you know, kind of initiate teamfights and then pull back a little bit, just kite Slithereen Gaming around and use that time for Pugner or Rasta to push down some towers.
Yep, and we see a smoke gank coming out on level 1 from Slithereen Gaming, and if they find the enemy tri-lane, it's gonna be really sick. The Pugner on level 1 can't do that much, and of course the Shadow Shaman didn't skill either, so I'm pretty sure he's going for a Hex level 1 if they're gonna find them. I mean, okay, this is just pretty good on level 1, yeah, of course, but their 5 minutes is so strong. And they're just gonna run into the Visage is gonna get Nyx impaled, gashed, and it's gonna get taken down if she can get away now. And this is an easy first blood for Slithereen Gaming, and this is exactly what they needed. Because they have, I think, pretty weak lanes.
I wouldn't say their lanes are weak, they're just risky because they're the kind of heroes that need to snowball, and it looks like they are running an aggressive tri lane, so this is going to be a try versus try situation. In mid lane, it looks like Nyx Assassin versus a Razor. Actually, we should probably go through the players quickly before the game actually starts up. On the side of Slithereen Gaming, we have got Soulfly on that Lifestealer. Trash Unreal player is going to be on the Tidehunter. Skadoosh is going to be playing the Nyx Assassin. Osaka is going to be on that Clockwork, and Bendy is going to be playing the Crystal Maiden.
And on the side of Orange, we have of course Yamate handling the Razor in the mid lane. We have Sharky on the Pugna farming the tri lane. We have Ling on his Visage. He on the Shadow Shaman, and Winter of course handling the offlane on the Darkseer, going up against the Solar Clockwork.
And Shadow Shaman's actually found an invisibility rune. He's going to be using shackles onto Bendy. Bendy getting very, very low. He's got one more hit. He will be going down to Sharky there. So a 1-for-1 score at the moment. Speed Game, sorry, not Speed Gaming. Oh, I just looked at SG and read that in my mind. Slithereen Gaming losing another, well, not another kill, but the first kill of the game. That Crystal Maiden, who really needs to watch her positioning.
Well, it's 1-1 now, so this is good at least. Of course, the Nyx had a pretty nice start with the gold from the first blood coming out of him. But still, we see, of course, Razor dominating the lane already. He has 28 damage from a static link, and Nyx can't do really that much. I mean, he doesn't hit anything, and Razor's, of course, 6 for 8. He denied the whole first 2 waves. This is insanity.
Yeah, I mean, Razor is a very, very powerful mid, and I'm not too sure about that Nyx pickup to go against him. I mean, Nyx Assassin is great when you're versing intelligence heroes, and I suppose they thought that the Pugna was going to be mid, but I mean, what can a Nyx really do when the Razor comes forward and just steals all his damage? He can't really mana burn him, it's not going to do that much. In fact, it's going to do virtually no damage, as well as Nyx Assassin taking damage back on himself, and I mean, he's basically relying on this rotation of these supports, which it looks like they will be coming around now, maybe. They have left the Clockwork now on the top lane, so they're rotating the tri lane down. They weren't expecting these lanes coming out from Orange, and they probably need to give a bit more help to this Nyx in the mid lane. You can see already how aggressive Yamata's going. He doesn't even need to hit, he just needs to steal all the damage, and I mean, Nyx is down to about, 14 damage, I think. Really not that much he can do, but 3 heroes now coming to that mid lane to take down Yamata. This is so, such an amount of resources are putting in just to take down Yamata.
But Yamate, he sees the Clockwork. He doesn't see the smoking, of course. And here they go, actually. A static link is just deployed, and Nyx is gonna turn with a stun. Maybe sometime in the near future. No, there's a frostbite. Here's the stun. Pretty nice execution, but still, Trash Unreal play. He's just taking so much damage, and 112 damage stolen on Yamate, and they just can't get him. This is a catastrophe. He's just turning a 4-man gank into a kill for him. What a player.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing about a mid lane Razor, is he just, if they let him steal all that damage, I mean, you can see Nyx was trying to hit him, but Nyx was doing he was doing negative damage. I mean, not that there is negative damage, and actually, Osaka's in a lot of trouble. Razor from one side, Visage from the other. He's gonna get static linked up. He doesn't break that link. He's gonna using that cogs just to force back Yamata, but Yamata still managed to steal 56 damage. And now in comes Het and Sharky, and that Soul Assumption will be sealing the deal, and that's the death of one more hero for Slithereen Gaming.
On the bright side, though, Winter's doing amazing on this bottom lane. Slithereen Gaming, they rotated the lane spot because they expected the aggro tri lane coming out from Orange. So, yeah, well, they faced the tri lane and couldn't do anything against it. So now the tri lane is bottom, but Winter's still finding so much farm, so much levels. He's already level 5. He has this recipe for the Soul Ring in his stash. It will come out as soon as the courier is free. There it goes. And he's looking quite good. I'm not for sure if he saw... No, he didn't saw any of the supers, and now they're going... No, he's just hurting them away. Do they have Frostbite? No, they don't. And Winter's gonna just get away and continue his pretty nice CS. He's 18 for 3, so pretty sick play. Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, they really want to get a pick off on this, but I mean, Orange laned these lanes perfectly. They predicted, I suppose, that it was going to be the Nyx Assassin mid. I mean, it was obvious that Slithereen Gaming were going to pick up the last hero as being their mid hero, and they just decided, hey, you know what shuts down a Nyx? Well, a Razor does. There's nothing a Nyx can do to hit a Razor down. And I mean, this does really put Slithereen Gaming on the back foot, and actually they will be finding Orange in the jungle. Are they going to be able to... Not Orange, Winter in the jungle. Are they going to be able to get a kill? It looks like they're using a lot of nukes on him, but he does actually lay down the wall. Bendy is going to be going down, and even he might be able to score a double kill. He surges himself forward, chasing down the Tidehunter. Trash Unreal player going to be taking so much damage, and Winter doesn't even need to hit him. In fact, though, he might be in a little bit of trouble. He does get blocked by his own illusion. Bendy is rotated back in, going to be able to get down that frostbite, but it doesn't last long enough. He's only level 2, and Winter will be able to surge away after catching 1 kill.
Well, that didn't went too well, but on the other hand, Orange is... Oh boy, yeah, there goes the mid assassin again. He's having a pretty rough time there. 168 damage. And the bottle and face split's already up on Yamate. And then the same time, they're pushing the top tower Orange, and they just like zone Clockwork completely out of the lane. You couldn't even get there, they were in between the tier 1 and tier 2 tower. So, yeah, they're looking for a pretty early tower. It's not in eye range, well now it is, so... Maybe Osaka can do something about it now.
Probably not. I mean, they've got such a strong push and early game lineup coming out with these 3 picks in this try lane here. I mean, just killing off Tango there. Pugna, once he hits level 5 or so, like we've seen, I mean, even earlier he can take down towers, but I mean, once he hits level 5 is really when he starts to go, and actually they're going to initiate onto Osaka, but no, he does a really nice coax, takes away the last of Sharky's mana, so not going to be able to cast down that Nether Blast to score the last hit, and Bendy as well as Trash Unreal player are going to be rotating back in. But Yamata's found a haste rune, so this could spell doom for them if Yamata does decide to initiate in. But no, he's going to be heading back to mid lane to just shut down this poor Nyx assassin some more.
Yeah, it's looking really grim. The Razor has 26 denies. This is just pretty sick. He doesn't have his Vendetta yet, so he can't go gain nearly as effective. And actually we see initiation going in. Yamate is just deploying a static link. He's doing so much damage, 112 damage, and haste rune is also there. There's a stun, he catches Yamate, maybe the tower can do something about it, but still not enough damage coming out, and no rotations to be found in the southern side of the map. Maybe Visage is gonna go down, he's gonna TP out, and there's nothing, oh there it is. There's a nice stun, because Christian Maiden wasn't in range, and Yamate still gets away. They needed that kill, but that was not that much, you know. And now he's rotating bottom. Maybe they can do something with the lifesteal.
The wall's already dropped down, so Winter should be pretty low on mana, but I mean still Yamata just diving so aggressively. And Yamata's actually doing a really good job of rotating through the lanes. Because like I was saying, if they can create any space on the side of Orange, you know, make everyone look down to this bot lane for example, Pugna could have, you know, free reign to go take this tier 2 tower on top, or even the tier 1 in mid. I mean, he just needs a couple of minutes alone in the lane and he can get that tower down, and they're really creating the space. I mean, Yamata going through the lanes and just making the supports unsure of where to go, where do they need to be, how much money do they need to spend on just TP scrolls to be able to help with the carries out. Is all he really needs to do. And of course once this Pugna, actually he's going for a Necronomicon, so it looks like Winter's going to be picking up the mech, but I mean once that mech is up, the team fight is just going to be able to snowball. We can see already that they're leading in terms of kills. I mean it's 2-5 at the moment. In terms of gold, they're around about 4,500 ahead, as well as 4,000 experience, so I mean on the whole, Orange do seem to be taking the lead at this point.
Yep, and Yamate finds a nice double damage rune on top, and they're grouping up to maul down on this tower in the middle lane. It's already pretty low, around 500 HP taken away. And they have a Shadow Shaman, he doesn't have wards yet, but he just has so much crowd control, so they can't really initiate it. And the Nyx Assassin is the only guy just staying there. There's his Vendetta, and there's no... Oh, there is actually some detection on the Visage. And some more TPs coming in. This CM can maybe do something about it, and the Vendetta is deployed, so they're looking to make a go on him. And who do they go? Oh boy, there goes the Pugna. But there's a turnaround. The Sentry Ward is deployed. No Titan ultimate yet, he's only level 3. And the Nyx Assassin, he's just staying there, but he's being mowed down by Yamate. So much damage stolen again. He's hitting for just so much with this DD, and oh boy, the Clockwork. One more hit? No, the Magic Wand saves him. Nicely played there. So a tower. And a Nyx for a Pugna. Not too bad, not too good. I mean, Pugna's the safe lane farmer, but still he has so much stuff.
I mean, it's a good trade for the Radiant, since they're not really expecting to win this early game. I mean, ultimately they just don't have the same pushing power that SG has. I mean, they've got decent mid-game power. Once they get level 6 onto this Tidehunter, you know, that Ravage is a team fight changer, as well as level 6 on the Clockwork is absolutely crucial. And I mean, Orange are just playing this perfectly though. They're just taking down all the towers and getting as much map control as they can. And I mean, it might have been nice for SG if they picked up something else for this last pick. I mean, something with a bit of an anti-push, because at the moment, what anti-push do they have? They basically got the Rocket, and maybe Crystal Maiden Nova, but I mean, that's not really enough damage to kind of clear this creep wave, as well as, you know, do some damage to the heroes that are just barreling down these lanes and getting down all the towers. And SG really have no counter push at all. And I mean, the Orange really picked that and just picked up a whole bunch of aggressive pushes. And like I said, even though Shadow Shaman's not level 6, it doesn't matter. They've got that Pugna there to just clear the waves. They've got Ling to help take out, and the Ling is actually just straight out rushing an Argonim Scepter. He's got booster speed and a point booster. And now the mech is picked up on the Darkseer as well, so that's just going to further increase Orange's ability to take down towers.
Yeah, he just got level 6, so those pesky small familiars, they're here now as well, disrupting the teamfight even more. And if the game wasn't even hard enough, of course Shadow Shaman has to go Midas. So he's looking quite good as well. I'm really not sure what Slithereen Gaming can do here. The Clockwork has a headrest up. He's looking to finish the mech. He has 800 gold, so there is the Buckler as well. He just needs 900 now, and this is a pretty big item because in the team fights there's so much AoE coming up, and he really needs this mech for his team because CM is squishy, Nyx is somehow squishy as well, although he was a mid laner, and Tidehunter is of course he has great control, but he's still kind of squishy. So
hang on top lane, Yamato's getting initiated on. He's going to be taking a lot of damage, and will he be going down? He will finally fall. Nyx Assassin coming in, getting the last hit with that mana burn. So really nice pick off. That's a killing spree. 400 gold going the way of the Nyx Assassin, who is pretty much starved for gold at this point in the game.
Yep, that was really important. But still, he's only 3k in net worth. He's behind the Shadow Shaman. So yeah, the only one doing pretty nice is of course the Nyx. He has a Midas on his own, he has face boots and some other game items and another 600 gold in his stash, but still the tower gold, they need some tower gold. The supports are so starved, they can't like keep up too much.
But I mean, they've really got no ability to take towers. If you look at their lineup, what do they have that actually deals damage to towers? They have no summons. I mean, their only way really to take towers is to win a team fight and then take a tower by just, you know, creep wave and brute force. But they haven't been taking team fights at this point. I mean, maybe they're going to be able to get another pick off, and Yamato's actually come forward yet again. Nyx Assassin vendetted up. But Yamato's playing very, very cautiously. He suspects something may be up. And actually supports are also rotating in with Sharky as well as Hare coming around. So this could be a drastic turnaround. They did manage to get a nice ward behind the tower now, so they can spot them all out. They see that Sharky is coming around. They'll probably also spot Hare out as well before they actually decide to fight. Hare being, just so those who don't know, TFG from I think MUFC back in the olden days.
Back in the 014 days. But okay, alright. I'm really sorry, that was so mean. I dislike Orange doing good because after this this catastrophe in the international, those guys, like, they cared, like everyone could see that, and they tried really hard in the last games. It was such a, it was, I don't know, it was just so damn evil. Like, they couldn't get anything done. Well, but they can get stuff done now. The tier 2 top is likely going to fall. They're just 5-manning it up. And finally, Slithereen Gaming is actually trying to trade here. But as you said, they don't have any push. They're mauling at the tower in the middle. And oh mate, there's no vector protection. They can't really do something because their base is under attack. And the servant wards, now they're deployed. Here is finally level 6. A glyph is forced, but already half damage. I mean, half the tower's life is gone.
Yeah, and with that wall drop down offensively, I mean, how can SG really initiate onto this? On one side there's wards, on the other side there's a wall. Which way do you go? And actually it looks like Clockwork is going to be going in. He walks straight into the wall, takes a whole bunch of damage, he's already down to half health. Tide wants to go in and throw out that Ravage. He will manage to get it off, catching actually 5 I think there. Huge damage. Yamata trying to take him down, he will be going down. Sharky could be going down as well, but he pops that wand. At the same time Asaka is on the run from those Visage Familiars, but they do manage to catch sight of Sharky. Sharky just decrepifies himself, but Skadoosh says, whatever, I'll just stun you. Okay. And now Lifestealer does get the last hit, but Skadoosh now is in a little bit of trouble. He is going to get shackled and nuked down from Ling. Hex going on to Soulfly now. He does manage to rage and walk out of the way, and a buyout from Nyx Assassin. He wants to get back into the fight, but no Vendetta, and the mobility on Orange is way too high. He's not going to be able to catch up. But they did defend the rack, so that's a plus.
Well, it cost them. The Biok was sick, but they still got 2 kills, especially on the Razor. This is pretty important. Razor's level 9, he just picked up this BKB, wow, a C-farm. So there was so much XP on the line for those kills. And finally we see a level 6 on Tide. I'm in both cases. He has his Ravage in the team fight, but he needs some more levels. The cooldown is so high and you need some more stun and damage. And well, will we see something on Yamato in the middle? Nope. Nothing. Well, I really think they should just smoke and go some YOLO mode in the enemy jungle, because finally they can farm a bit, but it's still so risky. They don't have that much vision. They don't see like anything below this. So yeah.
I mean, it's a really big drafting issue, I think, for Slithereen Gaming, because, like I said, they just don't have any push or anti-push. I mean, what does the lineup really excel in? It's just ganking. But I mean, what's the biggest flaw of ganking is if the enemy just 5-mans, what are you going to do? You pick one off, and actually, speaking of getting a pick off, Hook is going to go on to Winter. Winter is trying to find his way up, but in comes Skadoosh, who's going to get off that Vendetta hit. It's followed up by a Mana Burn, as well as that Crystal Nova going to be taking him down. So a really nice pick off of Winter, and that might delay this push coming out from Orange onto top lane for a couple more seconds. But it looks like no, they're just going to ping it out and saying, let's go. We don't need Winter. Winter sucks.
Yeah, I mean, who needs a Darkseid with a mech? I don't. If I'm, well, Orange with, what, 12k gold lead? Actually, experience is surprisingly even. Oh, it's like 1k in the favor of Orange. Wouldn't have thought that. So.
Yeah, but the gold lead is just absurd, 12,000. I mean, honestly, it's just because of those towers. Well, no, it's not just because of those towers, but primarily, I would say it's because of those towers, which have just given the supports a huge lead. I mean, like you said, Midas on a Shadow Shaman, he's going to be getting up that Necronomicon of his own pretty soon. It looks like maybe Orange are going for that cheesy mass Necrobook strategy. Argon Scepter already picked up on Ling as well. And I mean, Lifestealer did just farm up an armlet, but a 16-minute armlet isn't all that impressive, especially when he probably needs a bit more than that at this point of the game.
I just want to say how insane it is to have a Visage in the hard support role. The Aghanim Scepter on 60 minutes in.
Oh man, don't do it, Nyx. Looks like he's gonna do it anyway. Initiated in. They come in with the Ravage, but still 2 down for the side. Managed to only take down that poor Shadow Shaman, as well as Soulflight going down at the last second there. So just the Clockwork, who didn't even join the party, as well as the Crystal Maiden, going to be the last one standing. And how are they going to defend this Rax? I mean, there's no wards up, but they... Oh, actually, he's going to hook in onto 2, going to catch both Ling as well as Sharky, but he's forced it back out immediately. There's Visage Familiar doing huge damage to him. He's on the run. Actually, one Visage Familiar going to be dying to the tower, but this top Rax, the Radiant range Rax, has already fallen. And it looks like the melee Rax is going to be going down as well.
Well, what are you gonna do? It went downhill from the start. They got a really nice first blood with a big smoke. But apart from that, they just got outlaned so hard. They had to rotate the Trident bottom, which is a huge deal because your Lifestealer won't farm for like a few seconds and he has the white TP. So this is already a pretty big thing. Then they tried to make something happen in the mid lane and it didn't work. I mean, Yamete just killed everyone coming in this lane. Yeah, and they snowballed pretty nicely from there. The Darkseid with a fast mech, just pushing towers left and right at Pugna. Really well played so far. And I hope they don't like stop this tempo, because it's quite important that they keep it up.
Well, honestly, it was really nice drafting by Orange. I mean, I think it's Yamato who drafts, but he basically just picked the weakness in the lineup coming out from SG and really drafted it perfectly in accordance to that. I mean, normally Shadow Shaman isn't a particularly good support since he is so level dependent, but, you know, they guessed the lanes and they outdrafted them quite well, and it didn't matter that Shadow Shaman was a support, he's still got the levels and farm he needs. And I mean, once you get a Midas up, levels don't matter because you're always going to have a constant supply of levels, and actually Lifestealer, oh honey, don't go there. He just rages and TPs out, but he has lost 112 damage already.
Well, he won't deal any. I mean, Feast is still doing damage, so that's nice. But apart from that, ain't gonna happen. And Orange just falling back. They're looking for Rose, just playing it pretty safe. They've taken top rack, so this lane is constantly gonna get pushed in. And if the Darkseid just, oh boy, what? Oh, and he catches the TP of the Tidehunter. This is so unfortunate, and he won't get away, and he doesn't even have Ravage to blow it. He's trying an Anchor Smash, trying to do something, a nice Gushers deployed, but this is the surge. So Winter's gonna pick up a nice kill, and we'll probably meet up with his team to push the bottom lane in the middle.
Well, now with that Aegis up on the Pugna, that means Sharky can basically just go up this high ground and just blast these towers to death. Over and over again, and actually, ooh, Nyx Assassin, he is on the run, he's gonna get hexed out, Shackles as well, Blast, just nukes galore, and he's gonna be going down, so that's what, well, just one hero down, Tide has already respawned due to his low level, but can they really defend pushing in already? The creeps are just hitting onto the base, and I mean, Lifesteal is forced to top lane to defend, and now that he's top lane, he's losing all of his health, look at him, he's already down to half, he has to go back to base and heal and then come join this team fight.
Yeah, and by that the tower will likely be brought down already. Yeah, they're the support, so they are gonna commit. And the Visage Familiars, they're so annoying, they're just like pissing up the CM, and they can't do something. Like, they can't do anything about it so far. And yeah, the towers just went down, the melee barracks are taking so much damage, and this is gonna be double wrecked for Orange.
The Visage Familiars are literally zoning out the Radiant team. They're just not even going forward because of Visage Familiars. That is just
Radiant's bottom barracks
very sad for SG that they can't defend, but it looks like they want to go in now. Clockwork is going to hook to an ally. Oh, there goes the big initiation. And this is going to be mega creep, so they can't defend this. BKB popped by Yamate. He's charging in. Osaka kills the creep with a rocket, so he's already down to half health, but Scooch has gone down. In comes Soulfire, trying to take down that Nether Ward, but he can't fight them, and Ravage will be popped, landing only onto Winter and Ling, and it does no damage to them, and now Tidehunter is on the run. Yamate just walking down after him, not even bothering to hit. He's just letting his ultimate kill him. And now Sharky, meanwhile, is just hitting on the racks.
Yeah, and she scored. Man, what a performance from Orange. That was sick.
Well, 21-minute GG. I mean, GG well played to both teams. Thank you, of course, to Gigabyte as well as AMD for sponsoring this tournament. And thanks to Pimpmuckl for co-casting. And shout out to datbet.net esports betting as well. I think it's money for betting. Pretty cool. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. This is the Gigabyte Premier League. If you have any feedback on the casting, put it in the chat or message me. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys.